How do you define success, at least for yourself? Have you reached it, being content with your situation? And yes, I have, being 100 independent and debt-free. Which I have been for about 3 years now. At least until I have to buy another vehicle, and hopefully I never have to buy another house again. At my age, success is having regular bowel movements. It's impossible to reach something you don't move towards. Success for me is being in a job, location, and relationship I can stand being in for longer than a year. I'm 32 and haven't reached it yet. How happy I am and how happy those around me are. Being able to go home at the end of the day, look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of where you are. Look back. If I'm exactly where you were a year ago, I've succeeded at nothing. Small movements can lead to big changes. As long as it's forward movement, I'm pretty happy. What are you addicted to? My phone. I think I'm addicted to alcohol socially. Don't have any issue when not drinking, but when I am there is no just having a few. Getting loaded every time. Alcohol and drugs. Coming up on 13 months sober, thankfully. Swapped one addiction for another and am in the gym 6x a week now without fail. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Hopelessly looking for distractions from the crushing reality of my life. Hot buttered sourdough toast. Junk food. Nicotine, caffeine. Water. Reddit. Endless scrolling. Skull. Binge eating. Escape from Tarkov. Reading the thread on the cylinder stuck in the M&M's tube. Music. DXM and alcohol. Pepsi. Getting back with my ex lol. Sugar and caffeine. Sugar and caffeine. Americans of Reddit. What is the worst big city in the USA and why? Bakersfield, California. Nothing but meth and strip malls. Scrolled through and did not find my Bakersfield or Fresno. Pretty sure the devil has part-time vacation homes in both of them. Bakersfield. East. Stopped once for gas. Didn't think I was going to make it back on 55. I haven't been to every city in the US. But Baltimore could use a little cleaning up since we're on the subject. I think every city has great parts. But emo worst parts of Baltimore is pretty out there. If you had the ability to bring back a cancelled series, what would it be? Erie, Indiana. The first season was standalone eps, but season 2 had a whole story building about -X and why so many weird things happened in the town before they cancelled it. I want TLC and the History Channel to go back to being about learning and history. There was this show called Awake. Started Jason Isaacs and had Dylan Minnette in it too. Guy gets in a car accident, and then can't determine which reality is his real one. In one, his wife died in the car accident and his son lived, in the other the opposite. When he goes to bed with his wife, he wakes up in the reality where she died and his son lived. It was a mindfuck and I loved it. Trailer still exists. Bring back Expanse in 5 years for the final arc. For the aliens of Reddit. What's the best way to get rid of all the dumb humans? Fooling them with social media challenges and wasting their time with gossip and bullshit from the private lives of celebrities. Just be patient. They appear to be doing the work for us. Get rid of warning signs and let Darwin take over. COVID-19. Send them to an American public school or public area with America's track record. Some random person will come by and do it for you, usually with a gun or an SUV. Make an IQ test on everyone on Earth and send the dumb ones into space, saying to them are the smartest people on Earth and get to go to space, but we send them into the sun. Put them in front of an American cop and have them pull their phone out really fast. That'll get them killed every time. Send them to an American school. Orbital bombardment. Remove all the warning labels. In Idiocracy the movie, the solution is to have kids. Or not allow dumb people have kids. Serious Redditors, what is the absolute creepiest thing that has happened to you that you can't tell anyone because they wouldn't believe you? My great-grandmother was in a nursing home after losing her mind. One day she started freaking out, screaming that he shot himself. There's blood everywhere etc. for half an hour, so they called my great-aunt to tell her that her mom was having an episode and they were adjusting her medication or whatever. Later we all found out that my uncle shot himself earlier in the day during a fight with his girlfriend. Not really creepy but definitely weird. When I was like 12ish, I think I went to Universal Studios with my friend for his birthday, and while we were in line for the tram some random guy on the other side of the chain grabbed my neck between his thumb and finger, but it was so quick that by the time I turned around the guy was already gone. No one except my friend saw, and to this day we still wonder why. What ingredient do you think immediately destroys a dish once it's in the food? For me it's lavender. I've tried several lavender-infused things, all of which felt overpowered and floral. I had a cake once that had fondant on the inside. I picked it off the outside, cut into the cake and was like, is this fondant on the inside? Took a bite and yep, it was. Tossed it and saw other people were doing the same thing. Liquid smoke, just keep it away from me. Rose water. I got nothing. I'm culinarily promiscuous. I like it all. Fennel, canned mushrooms, cilantro. It's in my DNA, I can't help it. Pensive face. Too much time really fucks up a dish beyond repair. Truffle oil, anise, raisins. A heavy hand when adding salt to the meal. Get ready to pucker up. The recipe calls for a dash of salt and your hand gives in when adding the ingredient to the cooking process. A hair. Prove me wrong. Prove me. What are some examples of being street smart? Don't ever tell the cab driver you don't know where you're going. Wear shoes you can run the fuck away in. If you're a tourist and lost, don't stand still to get your bearings. Go sit on a bench and look relaxed, like you're waiting for someone and just passing the time. Street smarts to give your kids if you get lost. Find the closest adult with kids. I saw this in action once at Disneyland when a 4-year-old kid approached me and my kiddos while we were eating. She joined us very calmly, introduced herself, and said her parents gave her the above advice. I heard her parents shouting her name not long after, and the relief on their faces was a sight. When in doubt, act crazy. Don't leave anything visible in your parked car. What is a popular show you hate? I feel like the talent shows are all just forced feel-good stories masked with mediocre acts. So-and-so's mom had cancer so she deserves to go to the next round. The Masked Singer. Everything about it is god-awful. All My Children's show was so boring my mom would record it on VHS then watch it when we got home from school work. I think that show is why I did homework. It was better than watching that show. Oh, and if you fucked with her recording process you better hide. 13 Reasons Why. Every character is a moron, and the show is also extremely boring. Riverdale is a disgrace to television. Dating shows. Scraping the bottom of the barrel there. I don't know how anyone can watch that shit. Any reality show. The writers' strike killed Hollywood. Riverdale, Kardashians, The View, Property Brothers and all them house renovations that only renovate half a room for a lot more than your regular contractor. Gun to your head. What song can you sing 100 correctly under pressure? ABC song. Daft Punk Around the World. Happy Birthday. Under Pressure. Tequila. American Pie. Is this the real life? X200B throat punch the gun holder when they start singing along with me. Regulators. All-Star by Smash Mouth. That MF is going to be cleaning my brains out of his clothes with Baby Shark stuck in his head. Jesus of Suburbia. GLAMOROUS We flying first class. Fiona Apple Criminal. I Want You Back in Sync Sorry Not Sorry. Rap God. Another Brick in the Wall Part 1, 2, and 3. Ice Ice Baby. The Humpty Dance. Pompeii by Bastille. Neon Moon. Creep. Radiohead. This is the song that never ends. Inagata Vida. I just can't wait to be copying. We Will Rock You. Every Time You Go Away. Paul Young. Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. LOL. The National Anthem and One by Metallica. By What Is Best Done Naked. Taking a shower. It's never completely done. Swimming. Being birthed. Attending family reunions. Frying bacon. Grocery shopping. Freeze up the checkout lines very quickly. Photosynthesis. Saunas. Sleeping. Change my mind. Welding. Taking a dump. Showering. Public speaking. Fighting. I rather not share what first came into my mind but taking a shower. Driving. Tried it a couple of times. Very liberating. Getting dressed. Ops mom. Not sleepwalk outside in the city. High school graduation. Frying bacon. Playing ping pong. Seriously. Riding the subway to Coney Island. Sleep. Sleeping in the nude is the best way to sleep. Sex. Cuddling. Murder. Sleep. What isn't? Party face. Sexual harassment. Speech. Not ironing your clothes. Sleeping. Sleeping face. Swimming. Getting dressed. Swimming. What is a bedroom decoration that makes somebody unattractive? Are Scarface posters still a thing? A blue 55-gallon barrel in the corner. If you're a guy and you have too many posters of bikini-clad women on your walls, that's a huge turn-off. Live. Laugh. Love. A tasteful arrangement of cum socks. Not necessarily decor but a messy room, like trash, clothes everywhere, etc. Live. Laugh. Love type shit. Fluorescent lights. It makes everyone unattractive. Have their own initials as a picture on the wall, smiley face. Pictures of their ex. A doll that suspiciously looks like your mother. Confederate flag. A rug without roads. Handlebars on the headboard. Live laugh love sign. A painting of Santa Claus near the door. I'm a victim of that. Even worse, the bedroom walls were baby blue. What celebrities do you hate? Jake Paul, Logan Paul. I hate Kanye and the Kardashians. Get on my nerves. Don't like Chris Brown, for the obvious reasons. Ezra Miller. I don't hate them. I just don't give a fuck about them like people do. I can't stand it when I'm scrolling through TikTok or Shorts and see someone reporting a random fact or the latest news on a celebrity's life. They're people with lives like anybody else and I don't let whatever they think, do, or say affect my life, especially when it comes to politics. Dr. Phil McGraw. Ellen DeGeneres. Honestly, not to sound like a pick-me bitch, but any social media influencers, Kardashian and Jenner wannabes, people who get paid to look pretty. They grind my gears because it's all a facade. Bill Cosby. Nancy Grace. Stop making stupid people famous. 6ix9ine and especially his music. Surprised I haven't seen anyone say Jared Leto yet. Andy Dick. What existed when you were a kid that doesn't exist now? Front bench seats in a car. Restaurant smoking sections. 9 planets. Bugs. Internet that came on a disc. Getting off the phone so someone can use the internet. Ha! The Twin Towers. Waiting all night to record your favorite song on cassette tape. Circuit City. 8-track tapes and rotary dial phones. Videotapes. Blockbuster. Gas less than $1 a gallon. The Crocodile Hunter. A lot more frogs. Dramatic difference over the last 40 years. Proper video game arcades packed wall to wall with machines, dark, and loud rock music playing. Damn, I miss those. Kmart cafeteria. Those rusty, metal merry-go-rounds at the park that killed almost all of us at one point. My sanity. What celebrity would you be devastated to discover is a garbage human? Bob Ross, Dolly Parton, Danny DeVito, Paul Rudd, Brendan Fraser. I can't see how that's possible. Weird Al, Mr. Rogers. I was pretty sad to find out that Chevy Chase sucked. Frowning face. David Attenborough, Julie Andrews, Hozier, Keanu Reeves, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Cena does all the make-a-wishes and seems chill. Adam Savage. Everything he's posted on Tested is such a huge inspiration. I'd hate to find out he's different IRL. Dan Levy because he's so well-rounded and such a talented actor. Paul Rudd, Keanu Reeves, Jack Black, Sir Patrick Stewart, Cillian Murphy. I love him too much. Ian McKellen. I'd be crushed if anything untoward was discovered about David Attenborough. He's been my hero for my whole life. Andrew Garfield, Dave Grohl, Jack Black, Raffi. What did you think only rich people could afford until you realized you were just broke growing up? Crayola, you knew if you were a Rose Art kid. Orange juice. As a kid, I vowed to be able to afford as much orange juice as I wanted when I got older. Started working in high school and used my first paycheck to buy a gallon of orange juice. I drank it all in one day and got horrible diarrhea. I will just say that I still feel really guilty buying new clothes or going out to eat things at the book fair. You could probably buy a good hoard of stuff from the book fair for $30–50 looking back. I was given $7 one year to buy something and I couldn't afford a book. Going to the movies. Soda. We never had it in our house. Over at my best friend's house they had cases of it in their garage. You could drink it like water when you were over there. A 2-story house. If you had stairs you were rich. What is a popular misconception about self-defense? Self-defense stops when the attacker is down out. If you shoot a person threatening you with a gun and then proceed to double tap them when they're down you'll lose the self-defense aspect and move towards assault territory. Same thing happens with a fist fight. If I put you down on the ground I can't come over and just start kicking the shit out of you since the initial threat has been neutralized. A 1-hour self-defense seminar will do fuck all for you. It requires a lot of time and energy to commit the techniques to muscle memory. Also they must be practiced in a live setting against a resisting opponent. That you can defend yourself. What are you fucking sick of? Ads. Littering. It's pure laziness. Put it in your pocket, bag, whatever, just bin it when you can. Being drowsy all the fucking time. Surviving instead of thriving. Political ads. People treating each other like shit. The price of rent being too goddamn high. My mind making me feel guilty about making big purchases. Verbal abuse. I'm a veterinary nurse at a charity practice and we all get shouted at and outright threatened far too often, despite treatment being free. Cleaning this fucking apartment. It's just dishes, vacuuming, laundry, etc. every single day forever. Not being able to socialize and missing out on every good thing in person out there. Edit. If you've left a comment giving advice or just relating to me, just know I have read every single one. I am just overthinking all my replies. Thanks very much. What animals are far more affectionate than anyone would expect them to be? Cats. People say they're not as affectionate as dogs. If you get the certain breeds I'm telling you now your cat will never leave you alone. Sled dogs. Worked with them in Alaska and they are absolute Spartans on the trail, but big cuddle babies otherwise. Cows. Rats. When rats like you, they will want to climb on you, lick you like a cat or dog would, cuddle, and make this cute little chittering sound with their teeth called bruxing. I had one who would climb up my leg straight to my shoulder, lick my cheek, crawl over to my ear to brooks as if she knew that's how I hear and she wanted to say I love you, then would take a nap in the hood of my hoodie. Ducks. They imprint on the human and love to cuddle. Cows, they are really just big dogs. Pigs, until they get big and affection turns into something kind of scary. How come that everyone is so busy and doesn't have 5 minutes to breathe but can also watch 20 or 30 episodes per week on Netflix? That's when people are breathing. People aren't busy. They are simply overwhelmed these days, because they don't want to talk to you, because they don't want to spend time with you. That's why we're busy. People will make time for things they enjoy, because they're not actually so busy. You're just not on their list of priorities. Netflix gives much-needed escapism time from a hectic schedule. You got to make time to recharge your batteries, because people can decide if you're worth their time more than a Netflix episode. If you're not, you should be thinking about why is that, or find better people to socialize with. Because they're lying. And they're lying because they think it's a badge of honor to be working all the time. They can't stand to be thought as lazy. Literally nobody doesn't have 5 minutes to breathe. What are you even talking about?